Water routes, landscapes and gardens. Water in the Parque del Alamillo, a walk through the natural and agrarian landscapes of Andalucía. The turquoise route offers us an introduction to the different Andalusian landscapes recreated within more than 100 hectares of the Parque del Alamillo. The different zones in the Great Metropolitan Park recreate a range of different landscapes, from the oak woodlands of the Sierra Morena to the pine forest of Huelva, from the cork oaks of Cádiz to the dense Mediterranean scrublands of the Cordoban Hills. We can also see riverside landscapes and their poplars alongside irrigated orchards that recall the fertile meadows of Granada, Malaga and Seville, in contrast with the olive trees in the low clay areas of the Andalusian mountains, or those so typical of Jaén. In the plant nursery, it is even possible to see xerophilous species that are more commonly seen in the steppes and deserts of Almería. Our route begins at the Puerta de Sevilla, which welcomes us with holm oaks, olive trees, and above all, with a magnificent copse of cork oaks, a quintessential landscape of many Andalusian and Extremaduran regions. The path that leads to Lake Menor allows us to observe the contrast between Mediterranean scrubland and riverside forests. In the case of the former, species such as mastic, arbutus, rosemary, lavender, myrtle, germander, cork oak, pine, olive and carob trees dominate. In the latter, we find elms, ash trees, poplars, willows and other water-loving species. The Mirador del Lago Menor is well worth a photo due to the beauty of the riverine landscape. The lagoon is lined with riverine trees and shrubs such as oleanders, viburnums and tamarisks, enriched by the abundant fauna, birds especially, in these aquatic areas. Our itinerary now takes us through a zone bordered by thick shrubbery of intertwining arbutus and mastic to reach a natural moor. Perhaps the most characteristic of Sevillian riverine species is the white poplar, also of great importance and highly representative of the Alameda de Hércules. Here we follow a path passing through cork oaks, open meadows and thick bushes, leading us to Lago Mayor, a large expanse of water surrounded by a green belt of riverine and tamarisk woodlands. After completing our circuit of Lago Mayor, we now take the Demófilo path, lined with olive trees and where we encounter a tribute to the Machado family. This part of the walk allows us to contemplate perhaps the most beautiful meadow in the park, an extensive holm oak woodland, comprised of the species that produces the acorn so beloved of the star of Spanish gastronomy, the Iberian pig. From the holm oak woodland we continue to the Plaza de España, and a beautiful pine forest that surrounds various monuments dedicated by the different autonomous communities of Andalucía. From here, we take a beautiful path surrounded by scrub and carob, flanked by numerous palm trees, leading towards the ring road. We can now spot the Cortijo del Alamillo, a typical Andalusian agricultural construction originally designed to aid in the working of the land and today a visitor reception centre. The Paseo de los Almeces leads us through landscapes completely different to those we've seen so far, heading towards the Great Guadalquivir and the orchards and orange groves typical of the agriculture found on Seville's fertile plain. Before reaching the river on our left, we can glimpse the Alamillo's plant nursery, the great source of plant species for Seville's Expo 92. Between irrigated plots, our route takes us past a monument to Gustavo Adolfo Bécquer, located in front of the emblematic monastery of San Jerónimo, the poet's favourite place. The monument, a Macael marble cross designed by Luigi Maraes using the golden ratio, is surrounded by white poplars and cypresses. We now wend our way to the San Jerónimo boardwalk, from where we can contemplate the Guadalquivír's beauty and rich natural habitat. The riverside landscape is punctuated by the Egg of Columbus, the Tower of the Monastery, the Tapón de San Jerónimo, and above all, the richness of flora in this privileged natural environment. Our route now runs parallel to the Guadalquivir riverbank woodland, where irrigated orchards and lofty eucalyptus trees define the landscape. Here we pass through the Alamillo's orange groves, a landscape characteristic of the Sevillian plain. The final stretch of our route continues along the palm tree walk, comprised of palms of American origin, leading us back to where we began our tour, in the midst of orange trees. Throughout our tour, we can catch glimpses of the Alamillo Bridge. Designed by Santiago Calatrava for the Expo of '92, today it's a landmark in Seville's 21st century landscape. Thus ends a route that has allowed us to acquaint ourselves with and enjoy Andalucia's natural and agrarian landscapes. The Parque del Alamillo is located in an area of outstanding environmental wealth, already cited as such in the 16th century by major literary figures such as Lope de Vega and Miguel de Cervantes.